the scout see me how I was throwing the ball. And they say I was throwing the ball good enough to be going down the league, but back then you had to have somebody talking for you. Plus, they were grabbing the boys out of high school with 18 and 19, and I was 21. And they figured if I went down, see, you go down and stay on the team down there, sometimes 4 or 5 years before you can come back up in the big league. So they're afraid that against I go down, stay down 4 or 5 years, still coming up, I was going down a little bit. And then they wasn't interested in that. But them was some good days that I really enjoyed because we had scouts come down on side the road down there and looking at me, throw the ball. And which I didn't know the scouts going to be there, but then my manager told me he went out there and brought the scouts in, and then they were looking at me throwing the ball, and they was wondering why. They didn't wonder why. Then that's when they called me for come to the audio training field, and I went there.
So, tell us a little bit about the game in Warsaw, Virginia, where you hit a home run.
Yeah, I hit home run. You see?
In Warsaw, Virginia?
No, see, back then, they were interested of the pitcher back. Just like the leagues are now. The pitchers don't bat. See, the pitchers just get out there and throw, and they don't bat. Because they need all that wind when they go back out there again for throw. So that's why they don't bat. But back when we was coming on, we did bat.
Well, that's what she said. You hit a home run down Warsaw.
Back there before they went into the state league that we were playing in, the pitcher did hit. And like the one she called John Maker, he was a good batter. And coming around doing that in there, I was the first man up. And they said, throw against him, because he ain't going to hit because he's a pitcher. And he threw that ball, and I bat a home run.
Awesome.
And that was pretty near the best day of my life playing ball. But hit a home run, a pitcher hit a home run after he done threw 5 or 6 innings, he tied. And he just threw it just right. and he said, oh Lord, the other team said, oh Lord, say you threw it to the wrong man. But that was his luck. That was his luck.
So you were a distinctive pitcher and even earned yourself a tryout in the major leagues with the Orioles. Tell us a little bit about that opportunity and what it meant for you and the Hot Sox team as a whole.
Well, it means a whole lot to me because, like I just said, back then, I just know that I was going down to play American ball. But I was happy about it. But after after the young guys, and I was 21 then, in which I was young too, to my feeling. I was young, but I was younger than 18 and 19-year-old boys just coming out of college. Yeah. And the best feeling that I did have when that Sunday that I played, or Saturday, or a holiday I believe, because we played parole every holiday. And I got on the mound and I was telling y'all out in the field that I threw 18 innings with Doug Stockton. And the guy came to me, John Mr. Maker, came to me and he said, Thomas said, how you feel? You think you can go further? I said, I don't know what I was all about it now because it was so limited. But that was the best feeling that I really did have.
So the county has purchased the land Wilson Field to preserve its memories. So what does this mean to you that they purchased it for you guys?
You mean now?
Because the Wilson family was going to sell the land and the county purchased it.
Yeah, well, it surprised me to see what happened. The field was there when I got married and came down here, and I was surprised that they made that a ball field. Because was that field grown up or what? They didn't clean that field off. That always was an open field like that? See, some of the things you asked me, see, it was happening before I got down there.
Oh, okay.
But I really enjoyed after I got down there, especially after I got married. Okay.
So she's asking you, how do you feel about the field being still there and being maintained now by the county to preserve it, to save the field that you played on? How does that make you feel?
Well, you look back, it did make me feel good because I thought after Galesville Hot Sox stopped playing there, I thought the field was just going down. But they did keep it up and make it presentable, that it still could be used for play ball. Yeah, I was surprised in that.
Well, tell them how you felt. Remember after the county bought the field and we had that big dedication? We had the first throw after the county purchased it, and some of the former players came when they dedicated the field.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I was surprised that the county bought the field and then maintained it to a team that Owen State is still can get it.
Right.
See, I was surprised that happened. Yeah. And which was a good thing because it just brings back old memories, where it started from and where it ended. Yeah.
And if you could give advice to young students who are playing baseball, what would it be?
Well, I would recommend them, if they is interested in it, if you start trying to do what the master telling you to do, and just do what the thing that you're supposed to be doing to go further that you can.
What made you want to play baseball?
Huh?
What made you want to play baseball?
Why did I want?
Yeah.
Well, when I started, we was playing behind a ball. And the field that was no bigger than the ground here. And because you're in a foul ball, you hit a foul ball, it's a winning the ball. But we was having fun. Well, I enjoyed it. And then one day they came to me, I believe I started playing out in the field, and the manager of that team came to me, a manager of my team. It wasn't no manager back then. It was anybody that could direct the players. That was the manager back then. And they came and said, Tommy, you got a good, strong arm. So why don't you get on the mound and try to throw? And I was about 15 years old then. And from there on, I every time we played somewhere or another, Tommy, get on the mound, get on the mound. And from there on up till I got that age, couldn't play, that's what I did. Was a pitcher.
So
I enjoyed it.
So how has the world changed between then and now?
Oh my land. That's a good question. Well, I would say that it is a change from back then up to now. I can't hardly describe how it's done changed. I mean, it's done changed 100% from back then up to now. But still, in the world today, you got to try to do the best you can and make it. That's how I describe it.
So what advice could you give to students like us?
Well, I would say what you is interested in, make a good career of it. You can go further by liking what you're doing and do the best you can. If you doing something and you don't like it, you might well forget it. Always like what you do, just like y'all doing now. Always like what you're doing. It might take a whole lot of your time, but sometimes your time pays off.
Well, thank you for meeting with us. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
No, I think you got along. No, not to my memory. I think I told you just about what I should have told you, or all that I had on my mind. Because I think other interviewers had like, all the time, I think some of that stuff the other lady took, but you got your own tape. I hope they can make it with how I talk.
Well, that's all for our questions.
Yeah, okay, all right, I appreciate it. Y'all asked me that, and I think I told you